They don't work for the people, they work for that part of the government that pays them, which is the military-industrial complex. So all the agencies, the spy agencies, what they used to call that what's the name? Peace Corps, all of them, right? All of them. Government pay them, government regulated, right? And the spy agencies destroy governments all over the world, and they do all of what they do, and they keep spending all the money in America goes to the military-industrial complex. It was all right in the 50s when everybody had a job, even the early part of the 60s. Right. But now, can you imagine? I just want you to think about America. I was talking about it in Cookville the other day. There was a time in America when they had housewives and others, they didn't work, especially white women. They didn't work. They lived better than they do now, and they didn't work. And they had housewives. And they all drove new cars, and the father could send the kids to college. He could buy a 3 or 4 bedroom house. And I mean, they called it the golden 50s. It was just one of those periods where America was rolling. American money, American know-how. America won World War II. Everything was going America's way. They kept the lifestyle of the government agencies, although the people have degenerated so far now that they have to have 2 jobs to make half of what they made before. And they're talking about China, right? The American people are so oppressed, right? They're more oppressed, and the anxiety, the disbelief in what they're seeing. So technically the government has become the savior of the people, has become the enemy of the people. And what's cold about it is, people know it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let me go on here. Okay, middle class gone. Race relations. Well, we already see all of that. But the race relations will show why we're doing certain things that we do. Okay, there are certain things as helplessness and hopelessness. Helplessness is when you just say, hey man, I can't do nothing about it. Hopelessness is almost the same thing. You know, I just can't do it. Then is what we have. We're not going to become helpless nor hopeless. No matter what the system thinks, or no matter what game we play along the way. Again, let's talk about the predictions rate for us. How often have we been able to predict the trends in society? I want you to think about managed evolution. When you think about managed evolution, don't think about them, think about us. Managed evolution, that we're still here, and we have evolved over all of these, okay, so let's say 50 years. Okay, that's in human terms, that's a while. In human terms, that is a long time. If you look back at our stuff back in the 80s, when we talk about prediction rate, go back and, well, we do have those lectures for most time. They're on cassette and all that stuff, but they're still there. The predictions are the same now that they was then, except there's been a period of managed evolution. We have evolved over all of that period of time. We have evolved. Okay, now what about Boss Man? Has he evolved? No. If we could live a long time, technically we wouldn't have to do nothing. Just keep moving, creeping ahead a little bit at a snail's pace, and let Boss Man keep degrading at an astronomical rate. Remember, America was headed down. When Don comes in, he ignites all of the systems that bring you, that shatters us, that he divides the people. That's Civil War stuff. Look at what he's got, let's say 50-50. It's more like 55 or 60-40. That's Civil War stuff. And he ain't quieting down. And he's rolling like, I don't care, right? And he's got crackpot people that there's no reason to believe in anything he says. It don't make no sense. It don't make no difference. They with the dummy. I watched them yesterday. I said, good. Not good. But I'll get to the point what we got to do. We got to protect ourselves in this period. Because when this stuff gets hot, you can't count on classical consciousness, the human nature of the human being, and moves toward no. When things go into panic mode,
they go down fast.
They go down fast. And people, your next door neighbor, that was your friend for 30 years. If it's only 2 carats left in the region, he got a family, you got a family. Who do you think he's gonna get those 3 carats and share 1.5 for you, 1.5 for me and my family? It's possible that that's good, but it's not likely. See, how many people are really like where we are now? See, when you read history all the time, and that's all you read, you can smell it. This stuff don't hold it. I don't know what the TV is doing to people, but they know stuff is bad. Boy, they're cruising right along. That's dangerous. It's dangerous for them. But I say, dear believers, let's not get caught up in that danger. The programs we've been outlining for ourselves over the last few weeks are basically the only rational road that we could take during this period that makes sense, right? Okay, things are getting, you don't know when that day is coming. With stuff like it is, you don't know when it's going to happen, right? Look how fast Don came in there, acted the food, and destroyed America. He didn't destroy it, it was already headed down. But he pulled one of the main pins that was holding America together, that American love for America, which they was losing fast. Exceptionalism. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's the word. That's the word.
Oh my goodness, exceptionalism. Good God Almighty. And it's been going on a long time. What did Obama say over a decade ago? We're still number one.
Showed up there.
You remember him saying that? We're still number one. Shh. Hey, in what? In chaos. In fitna. Okay, now, not to be an alarmist, but living up next to Boss Man for all these years, we don't know what could go. So we have to join up to protect ourselves. And we have to kind of hurry up. This is totally different than we talked about on the long range. And It don't taste like that now. It don't taste like, you know what I mean? When you get a taste, you know what I mean? When you get a historical taste, that's what we have now. We have a historical taste with everything that we have been involved in recent decades. And they've all been, I'm not going to say right. We was talking to, when you pulled up Ali that was out there.
Yeah.
He was talking about they going to try to get some stuff around in D.C. I said, we got this stuff when it was free. Not free, $25,000 for that. $30,000 for that. Okay, and we fix it up. But now, what do they say? If you move out of D.C., you can't come back. That's a general truism, unless you hit the jackpot, right?
That's right.
So, to acquire the amount of property we have right now, people are crying for us, the poor people, they're gonna, that's right. The boss man is causing a lot. But we're in pocket. And we got in pocket, all the stuff they do, they mess with the car, they do this, yes, they do that. And it costs a lot of money. But all in all, right, we're not doing too bad. And the other thing it shows to people that they may roll around and roll their eyes, but when the stuff starts crumbling, they already know who makes sense, right?
Yeah.
They already go to the strong ones. You know, whoever is shown strength, they go that way. The women, the children, the men, everybody, because they already know, right? They know. It don't make no, you can say anything you want. Foresight, insight, they got it. That's where we're going. So therefore, what we're saying right now, that's why we want to get some of our copies of our stuff, duplicate them, and we want to get them around to start pushing the platform. The platform is backed up by declaration after declaration, forecast after forecast, prediction after prediction, all 1, 2, 3, 4, all along the way. For decades, and at each time that forecast, that prediction was almost exact on whatever period we were in. And now we're in a different period. I don't know if everybody can feel it. We're in a different period now. Okay. And so we can't afford to take a chance on that great possible future. We have to look out for our wives, our children, our family, and all of that. Because if you ain't in pocket, hey man, you look at boss man and you look at the people going crazy and everything, and hey man, it's too late at that time. That's why we say, we notice 10% of the population is organized and structured and armed, they can have the rest of the society revolve around them. Therefore, we're not taking any chances. We say, join the system. When I say the system, that means don't leave a stone unturned. When I say the system, it's not just the police, that's just one. If you have a preference for the FBI, the CIA, join the other. If you like diplomacy, join the State Department, right? That's the system. So eventually, you're going to have communications with the outer world anyway. There's going to, in the diplomatic world, you're going to have people, we're going to have people out there that says, look, da-da-da-da-da. Either y'all help us out, or y'all give us a break, or, you know what I mean? And you are who you are, and they know that's who you are, right? And you have more credibility than boss man. You gotta remember, this thing is shining right on us, but we have to do the right thing, the smart thing, the good thing, and there's no subterfuge, and ain't no, this is not no Negro plan to take over America and put the white folks in prison. This is not what it is. It's none of that. It's absolutely none of that. That's the way they're gonna look at it. I'm probably here, they're probably downtown now. That nigga think he's sleep. I can imagine. Cause they're not, that's what they would do.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's what they would do.
Yep.
And they think you're like them. Mandela wasn't like that. Jomo Kenyatta wasn't like that. This is not a bad thing. This may be a good thing, because now, when we move into a position of influence and power, it'll be to do good. And that'll be for those who are at the top to manage the lower echelon, that we're here to do good for everybody. Everybody ain't gonna do that for us. The Negro do it for everybody else. That's the way he is. You can't change who the Negro is. Right? All lawyers say, man, y'all, why you give the South Africans and you let them keep all the stuff they stole from you? Good God Almighty. Of course, we don't go along with that. But you got to have somebody there that's going to balance everything. You know what I mean? That understands history, that understands human nature. It's absolutely necessary. You can trust boss man all you want. I don't trust him. I've been with him too long. Indians say he speak with a forked tongue. Everybody else call him the same words they use for shaitan. Deceiver, deception. Smoke and mirrors, right? Okay, look. Everybody can do what they want, because technically we're just going to keep trying to motivate people along the road that we see is the best road for humanity at the time that we're dealing with. So, we talked about what we can do. So our focus is still within reason, I mean, our focus. Like I said, us as a community. We talked about homelessness. Okay, that's within reason. If we don't get our $150 million or whatever we sue them for in California, we'll just do what we can. We'll get the same reward, right? If we want to do it, we get one reward. If we start actually doing it, it could be 2 rewards to 10,000. Who knows? There's so many. You know what I mean? And for me, 1 reward is sufficient. Okay. So therefore, this homelessness move is within our reach of what we can do. It's reachable. Black universities, black colleges, to package this message at this time is also within our range of activity, which we will do. DC, we'll go through our regular period of revival to revive what we're doing around here, to polish and paint everything up and get rid of all the old cars. The white man just turned the knob and stopped them, but we're going to get rid of them anyway. Oakland, the same thing. Oakland, when I say Oakland, we're not limiting ourselves, but you can think faster than you can work, you know what I mean? In other words, you can dream faster too. All the other stuff we're talking about, we've talked about, if the world gets with us, we can, we can do that too. We can have boats going out a mile from shore, cleaning up the stuff. We can have them going out. Okay, but right now, the example of homelessness, we can do that. That's within our, Black universities, high schools, colleges, they'll think we're a recruiter for the army or somebody when you wait till we get around. Join up. We ain't gonna tell them to carry the flag, but they will anyway. Join up, right? When you look at it, that's the only thing, that's the only choice we can make under this, what we're under now. That's not a, I challenge anybody, come up with a choice for where we are now, for where the world is, right, for how things are flowing. What is your solution?